What if I told you that humanity is closer to a global catastrophe than ever before? Imagine a world where every second counts, where the ticking of a clock could signify the end of everything we know. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie, it's our reality. And the Doomsday Clock, yeah, that one just ticked closer to midnight than we thought. This symbolic clock, maintained by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, represents how close we are to global catastrophe, and now it's closer to midnight than ever before in its history, and you won't believe why. From escalating geopolitical tensions to the relentless march of climate change, the reasons are as varied as they are alarming. Each tick of the clock is a reminder of the urgent threats we face. Stick around for the shocking details. We're going to break down the factors pushing us closer to the brink, and what it means for you and your loved ones. This isn't just about scientists and politicians, it's about all of us. In the next few minutes, we're diving into the real dangers threatening our future, from natural disasters to human-made crises. These are not distant possibilities, but immediate threats that require our attention and action. And how you can make a difference before time runs out. Whether it's through small daily actions or larger community efforts, every bit helps. Stay with us to learn how you can be part of the solution in this critical moment for humanity. Welcome to Infolume, the place where we break down the world's biggest stories in seconds. Today we're talking about the Doomsday Clock and what it really means for all of us. But first, let's quickly dive into what the Doomsday Clock is, for those who don't know. The Doomsday Clock isn't some horror movie prop, it's a real scientific symbol that has been around since 1947. Created by the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, this clock is not just a piece of art or a dramatic statement. It's a serious, visual representation of how close humanity is to causing global catastrophe. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists was founded by scientists who worked on the Manhattan Project, the team that developed the first nuclear weapons. They wanted to use their knowledge to inform the public and policymakers about the dangers of nuclear weapons and other emerging threats. The Doomsday Clock was one of their most powerful tools. The clock is set every year by the Bulletin's Science and Security Board, which includes experts in nuclear risk, climate change, and disruptive technologies. The closer the clock is to midnight, the closer we are to disaster. Midnight represents the end of civilization as we know it. Right now, it's 90 seconds to midnight, the closest it's ever been. This alarming setting reflects the growing threats from nuclear weapons, climate change, and disruptive technologies like artificial intelligence. Each of these factors contributes to the overall risk of global catastrophe. But why is the clock set so close to midnight? Let's break it down. The increasing tensions between nuclear-armed states, the accelerating impacts of climate change, and the rapid development of potentially dangerous technologies all play a role. The Doomsday Clock serves as a stark reminder that we must take action to address these existential threats before it's too late. First created in 1947, right after World War II, the clock started at 7 minutes to midnight. Over the years, it's moved forward and backward based on things like nuclear arms control and climate change. But the recent updates, well, they're scarier than you might think. In 2023, the clock was moved to 90 seconds to midnight, closer than it's ever been. The reason? A combination of growing nuclear risks, climate change, and global instability. What's even more shocking is that experts are saying this is just the beginning. The clock could tick even closer if current trends continue. First up, nuclear tensions. With countries like Russia, China, and the US at odds, nuclear weapons are still a very real threat. And with the rise of new nuclear powers, it's getting more complicated. The risk of a nuclear conflict may be higher now than it has been in decades. The world's superpowers are on edge, and that's a serious problem. Next up, climate change. The weather's gone crazy. Record-breaking heat waves, flooding, hurricanes, wildfires, and it's only getting worse. We've seen rising temperatures, record low sea ice, and ecosystems collapsing. If the planet continues to warm, it could trigger runaway climate events, and we're already seeing the warning signs. Let's not forget the impact of pandemics. The COVID-19 pandemic showed us just how vulnerable we are. But it's not just viruses. Scientists warn that biological warfare could be the next big threat to global stability. We've seen rapid advancements in biotechnology, and while this can be great for medicine, it also opens the door to new forms of bioterrorism. So, how close are we? Experts say the next few decades are critical. If we don't make serious changes to how we live, how we govern, and how we manage global risks, things could go downhill fast. And we're already seeing evidence of that: rising tensions, unmanageable climate change, and the likelihood of even more crises in the future. It's not all doom and gloom. There is still hope. Global cooperation, better technology, and rapid change in how we handle climate change and nuclear disarmament could move the clock back. But this will take a monumental effort from governments, corporations, and you. Each of us has a role to play in preventing this disaster. Gap 3S. But there's one thing that could dramatically change the future of the Doomsday Clock, and it's a solution that might surprise you. Keep watching to find out what it is. The solution is simple, but it's going to take work. We need global cooperation, major investment in clean energy, international arms agreements, and a shift in public consciousness. But the biggest thing, education. Yes, you can make a difference by staying informed, voting, and demanding action from your leaders. What do you think? Are we on the brink of disaster, or is there hope? The world is facing unprecedented challenges, from climate change to political instability. Every day we hear news that makes us question the future of our planet and our societies. But amidst all this chaos, there are also stories of resilience, innovation, and hope. People are coming together to find solutions, to make a difference, and to fight for a better tomorrow. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think we can turn things around, or are we too late? Your voice matters, and we want to hear from you. Share your ideas, your concerns, and your hopes. Engage with others in the community, and let's start a conversation. Together we can brainstorm and come up with actionable steps to address these pressing issues. If you want to stay updated on the Doomsday Clock and other global risks, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know about our latest videos, expert interviews, and in-depth analyses. We aim to provide you with the most accurate and up-to-date information so you can stay informed and make educated decisions. We'll be diving deeper into these topics in future videos, from the science behind the Doomsday Clock to the social and political factors influencing global risks. We have a lot to cover. Stay tuned for more content that will not only inform you, but also inspire you to take action. Let's work together to create a safer, more sustainable world for future generations.